Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, at quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 70 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Moran. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Sutton. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
At the 39-yard line.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 20 carries, 67 yards.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
On 2nd down now, it's Sutton. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And that is incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
4-yard loss on the play. 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short.
Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Ball carrier.
That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. That catch good for only a couple.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Moran. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Moran. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. They'll run on 1st down. Sutton. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
And he fires one incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The field goal is good. Makes the score Bears 6.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this 1st quarter. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 6-0 our score after 1.
Bears 6. Vikings nothing.
1 play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw left side complete. It's Haynes. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Taken down right.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
And that's their 1st sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
thrown to the sideline and Incomplete.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12. At the Vikings.
On second down, it's Sutton. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Moran. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
7 yards.
Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will make our score 9-0. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future as they look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that
he's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense.
Brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw again. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
from the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never got a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 45-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the 2nd quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Throw left side complete. That's Moran. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
A loss of 7 yards.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll start in the Motor City. Detroit playing host to Green Bay in an NFC North.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Moran.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Looking to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He's going to go down again.
The quarterback taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
The pass.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Bears.
And to give this time to the tailback. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sutton, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
He's across midfield to the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
By number 12. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 12-yard.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The drive starts with a completion left side. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 3 yards the gain there. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
That's good.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Coleman. And all the way
down to the 37. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Second and 10.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
He'll drop to throw. Runs up 4th down, solid coverage by the Bears D.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Well, it's been a field goal extravaganza so far. That's 3 for him now, and it ties our game at 9-9.
I got a feeling the touchdowns are coming, though. Trust me on that one.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
1st down, Chicago.
They're going to look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
7 yards.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz call and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The quarterback sacked.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
The 16-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, they have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC.
And they have secured that spot in the playoffs, clinching the NFC North Division, in fact. So for the moment, they would be hosting a wild card game in round 1.
And I think it is cause for celebration. Let's not get...
Caught out! And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Dixon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. 32-yard. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
10 at the 21-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll start with the option. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
The pass.
And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Much like that of just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field.
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Sliding out of the pocket. And now he's going to use his legs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
look to throw here. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Bears have taken the lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. And it's up and good. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now here's a throw that's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown.
The kicker on.
This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here's Coleman now to return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
36-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
46-yard line.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now on 1st down, he'll drop the throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
2nd and inches at the Bears' 32-yard line.
And this is going to be incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up here to 29. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
14. First down, Chicago.
Right back to him on first down. And he's taken down inside the 30. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
The 28-yard line. A gain of 14.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up second and 7. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they take a knee.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move him out of the B gap in order to create space for your guy to run? In this case, all those gaps were shut down.
And the movement was defensive, and they got him for a loss.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third and goal. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing